2002, a man calling himself GhostRider started breaking all the rules. He released DVDs of himself racing at 180 miles per hour through city streets, taunting police and becoming an international legend. For 10 years, the world watched. For 10 years, the police hunted him. GhostRider. The final ride dropped in summer 2002. It was physical DVDs sold through motorcycle shops across Europe. No streaming, no social media, just underground distribution that somehow reached millions. The opening sequence showed a turbocharged Suzuki Hayabusa doing 180 miles per hour between commuter cars during rush hour. And the skill was undeniable. Every gap threaded with surgical precision. Every lane change calculated 3 moves ahead. Every escape route mapped before police even turned on their sirens. Motorcycle forums exploded. Who was this rider? How was he not dead? How was he not in prison? The answer came in 5 more DVDs over the next decade, each one pushing further than the last. The most famous run became known as the Uppsala Run. Stockholm to Uppsala was 42.6 miles. Normal driving time in traffic took about an hour, and GhostRider did it in 14 minutes and 55 seconds. With an average speed of 170 miles per hour through traffic on public highways with police chasing. While normal cars were doing 60 miles per hour, GhostRider was threading between them at nearly 200 miles per hour. One driver changing lanes without signaling. One moment of lost focus, one patch of oil. Any of these could end in death. It never happened, not in 6 DVDs spanning a decade. In GhostRider Goes Crazy in Europe, he tackled the Paris Peripheric, the ring road around Paris. He completed the entire circuit in 9 minutes and 57 seconds, beating a record that had stood since 1989. But the police interactions were what separated GhostRider from everyone else. In one sequence, Swedish police are chasing him. He pulls alongside the cruiser, lifts his front wheel, rides past them in a wheelie at over 100 miles per hour, then vanishes into traffic. The police couldn't catch him. Their cars were fast enough, their training was solid, but something else was protecting him. Something they didn't even realize existed until it was too late. The bikes GhostRider rode weren't normal motorcycles. The Suzuki Hayabusa launched in 1999 as the fastest production bike on Earth. Top speed of 194 miles per hour straight from the factory. GhostRider's machines were turbocharged monsters doing between 417 and 499 horsepower. A modern sport bike does about 200 horsepower. GhostRider's bikes had more power than most supercars, on 2 wheels. These weren't bikes you could buy at a dealership. Strengthened engine internals to handle boost pressure, custom fuel systems, upgraded brakes for speeds most riders will never see. These machines required professional-level skill just to survive riding, and GhostRider was definitely a professional. Multiple sources identified him as Patrick Furstenhoff, member of the Swedish wheelie team, former racer. In 1999, he set a Guinness World Record that still stands today. Fastest motorcycle wheelie ever recorded, 191.3 miles per hour on one wheel. That's not luck, that's a lifetime on 2 wheels. Professional racing experience being used on public roads. Someone with that background doesn't rely on speed alone. They study every advantage, every angle, every detail that separates survival from catastrophe, including the law itself. Swedish law has a specific requirement for traffic violations. You cannot be charged based solely on video evidence. You must be caught in the act, physically stopped by police, identified on the spot. That single rule explains everything. Think about Antonio Ginestri, squeeze Benz, arrested because investigators traced his car registrations to his social media accounts. The videos were evident. His identity was confirmed through digital forensics. Modern laws allow prosecution based on video evidence. Swedish law in the 2000s didn't work that way. GhostRider could film his crimes, edit them professionally, sell them for profit on DVD, let police watch every frame, and without catching him during an actual run, they had nothing. No plates on the bike, all black riding gear, full face helmet. Even if they suspected who he was, without a physical stop during a violation, the law was powerless. He even proved this with the most disrespectful stunt possible. In one DVD, GhostRider rides a motorcycle painted in full Swedish police colors. Black and white, official markings. He pulls up to checkpoints, parks outside police stations, waves at officers, then rides away. That wasn't reckless confidence. That was someone who had read the law and knew exactly where the line was drawn. The DVDs show his preparation. In multiple films, GhostRider rides the routes in advance during daylight, studying traffic patterns, identifying camera locations, learning every exit. Then he'd return at night for the actual run, with professional camera crews positioned, with backup plans for every scenario. Modern street racers film themselves committing crimes and post it on Instagram minutes later. Geolocation data, metadata, license plates captured on camera, digital breadcrumbs everywhere. GhostRider filmed everything, then edited carefully, released through channels he controlled. By the time the DVDs hit the market, the statute of limitations was already running out on the violations shown. That's not street racing. That's a calculated operation where every variable was controlled and every legal angle was covered. For years, GhostRider's identity remained officially unknown, but the motorcycle community figured it out fast. In 2005, Slits magazine reported GhostRider was a foreign stunt rider close to 40 years old. Then Motorcycle News directly named Patrick Furstenhoff when covering his world record wheelie attempt. The evidence was overwhelming. His build matched GhostRider's. His riding style was identical. His wheelie skills were unmistakable on camera, and Furstenhoff was the official distributor for the GhostRider DVDs. In 2007, Furstenhoff gave an interview saying he was retiring from dangerous riding. He had a son to think about, one last wheelie record to break, then he was done. Swedish authorities knew. Forum posts from the time confirmed police were aware of his identity. He was seen at motorcycle events, at police stations, living openly, but they couldn't charge him. The DVDs were just videos. Without proof he was the rider during specific violations, prosecutors had nothing. Then in 2015, something happened that proved just how untouchable he really was. GhostRider announced he was giving away his most famous bike, the 499 horsepower turbocharged Hayabusa that appeared in countless DVDs, a website lottery. Buy a ticket, win the bike. The description was deliberately mocking, only ridden to church on Sundays. Perfect daily rider. Here's the physical evidence of countless documented crimes. The actual motorcycle used in violations watched by millions, being given away in a raffle. Police could do nothing. The bike was just a bike. Without proof of who rode it during specific crimes, it was meaningless as evidence. And the statute of limitations on most traffic violations had already expired. One final middle finger, and there was nothing they could do. The timing of his retirement wasn't accidental. By 2007, technology was advancing fast. Digital forensics were improving. Social media was changing how viral content worked. The window that made his operation possible was closing. Swedish law has since been updated. Geolocation data from phones, metadata from videos, license plate readers, facial recognition. The tools available to prosecutors today didn't exist in 2002. If GhostRider tried his operation now, even in Sweden, he'd be caught. The system adapted. He just stayed ahead of it long enough to retire on his own terms. Today, GhostRider's DVDs still circulate online. New viewers discover them weekly. The Uppsala run still gets reaction videos. The Wheelie Pass Police still gets shared. And every modern street racer thinks they're copying his blueprint, but they're only copying the surface. They see the high-speed runs, the police chases, the viral videos. What they miss is everything that happened before the camera started rolling. The route planning, the legal research, the distribution strategy that kept his identity officially unconfirmed for years. Antonio Ginestri as Squeeze Benz lasted 8 months. GhostRider lasted a decade. The difference wasn't courage. Ginestri was chasing clout. GhostRider was running an operation where every legal angle was studied and every risk was calculated. In January 2025, Antonio Ginestri was sentenced to 5 years in prison. His Squeeze Benz videos are still online. Millions of views, all used as evidence against him. Patrick Furstenhoff, the man widely identified as GhostRider, has never been charged with any crime related to the DVDs. He lives openly in Sweden. His Guinness World Record still stands. His DVDs are still sold. 2 men, both filmed themselves committing traffic violations. Both built huge audiences. One is in prison, one is free. GhostRider proved something that still echoes today. Skill gets you attention. Knowledge lets you get away with it. The catch is the window he exploited closed behind him. Modern street racers filming themselves on Instagram aren't operating in that window. They're handing prosecutors everything they need with every upload. GhostRider spent 10 years ahead of a system that was trying to adapt fast enough to catch him. He stayed ahead, then he retired before it caught up. That's not luck, that's a perfect exit. So here's what we want to know. Was GhostRider a genius who exposed the limits of law enforcement, or was he just operating in the right place at the right time? And when you watch modern street racers filming themselves, remember this: GhostRider lasted a decade. They last months. The difference isn't courage, it's homework. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more stories about the line between legend and criminal, hit that like button and subscribe.